Good day, good love, and great light illuminators and way showers. Thank you for joining me. This is Wendy sharing with you once again the languages of lights, of which food also speaks. So I'm reminded once again as I'm doing a little harvest this morning to share with all of you the idea that our food, the colors, the textures, it speaks, it has a language, and it speaks to us when we're growing it, when we're appreciating it, when we're harvesting it, and when we're eating it. And the gratitude and appreciation that we put into it is received by us a millionfold, and that is also their language. And I'm just out here in my outdoor sink. I love my outdoor sink. I found this really inexpensive. I don't know, maybe, I don't know, 40 or 50 bucks or something at the secondhand store. And I tell you what, I love this thing. It's actually a sink. It looks like a grill, and it just hooks up to a hose. And I know it's kind of crazy. It's really kind of dirty in there. It doesn't even have a back or anything. Ooh, spider webs. And so anyway, it's open in there, and it just uses a hose and drains right out the back. But anyway, I just love this little sink. And so I was rinsing my veggies, and we have a heat advisory today. We're in central Alabama. The indexes have been in the hundreds, and today it's like 98% humidity, and it's going to be in the 90s. So I really needed to get this stuff harvested. And so anyway, I just wanted to show you all the love and the textures and their language. And okay. So I've got some little baby carrots. Oh, where's my funny one? There was a really funny one I wanted to show you guys. Here it is. Zvismoto vishaki ananindo koko yanamili soto vishiatina. Atokotu veso nizabishno yanomaleva koyana. That one's really fun. So I've got a lot of kale, we've got carrots, we've got what else do we got here? Some tomatoes, peppers. Oh, look at these jalapenos. Oh, they're so good, too. We've been eating a lot of these jalapenos. We've been harvesting our baby tomatoes. And just look at the vibrancy and the colors and how it actually, I don't know, initiates. The colors are so vibrant that they literally initiate that excitement and activating my chakras. And so I love sharing those things with all of you. Le minamba to vismoto vicamoro pochetta and te savasono today. Oh, and I got some more peppers. Oh, yes, we did. I want this one today. I wanted to make some soup or something today with all my fresh veggies. Alimina, I love these. These are so good. Yummy. Atokebe simunum. So we have all these different kinds of peppers. And then we were looking at this one. I'm not even sure what this one is. Dave's going to have to try that one because he likes hot peppers, and some of these are just way, way, way too hot for me. But look at that vibrant, just wow. Diamale tokoshe. It's like grounding and elevating all at the same time. Lizimichiano, Topaloshono, Untoba, and Tekanana. Asakotivismasha, Elizona. So patoko, and it's so exciting too that Abby, our puppy Abby, eats this stuff, and these little baby carrots are so good. They're so sweet. So, and I got my first baby bell. So I've got my first little California bell here. I had to pick it right away. It's got a little owie on it. So, but I was like, yay! I love my first little baby bell. So yeah, I just wanted to share that with all of you because it's very exciting, and you know, we're on this journey together, and if there are ways that excite me to share with you guys, to help elevate you, to raise your vibration, to invite all of us to pay more, I was going to say homage, and joy and appreciation with our food and everything around us. And I was noticing too, let me zoom in just a little bit. Look at the blue of these tiny little flowers. I mean, isn't everything just so perfect just as it is? And even the buggies, the insects like the flowers, and that's their food and joy and excitement. And we got our little bird feeder here, and we just love watching the birds. Oh, and there's 2 doves that just flew over. So as I'm standing here in appreciation of my sink, and oh yeah, watering. It has been just weeks and weeks. We got a little bit of rain, but it's been weeks of dryness. And so yeah, it's been challenging. And this is the first time that I've ever gardened in subtropical, you know, area, and also really the first time I've gardened in this way at all. So it's been a big learning experience, and feelings of love and failure and confusion, and am I doing this right? And but I tell you, it's just been so exciting every day to go out there and pop these little tomatoes in our mouths, and it's wonderful. It really is wonderful. So as always, I just love to share with all of you the things that I love and that excite me, and how much fun picking veggies can actually be, and eating them. And even if, and this is just a small, part of our sustenance. I mean, I do still have to grocery shop, but yet it also gives me a more appreciation too for even the groceries in the grocery store, and those who have tended them and picked them and so forth, as we've shared before. And because we're also feeling their language of love and light, and even if it is a hard job, which farming is a very hard job, and getting these things to us as fresh as they possibly can, I appreciate that. And I also want a world where all of this food isn't wasted, once it leaves the grocery store. And that's a whole nother conversation. But that's the reality I want, that nobody is hungry, that everybody is fulfilled in every way that they can be, and loved and cared for and sheltered and given the things that they need to live, no matter what their circumstances. And that's the world I want to live in. So the only way for my world to change is for me to move more in that direction, and not to spend a lot of energy on the negative of that, all of that, and because that just creates more of the same vibration. So I want to see a world where every grocery store, and there is no waste, that everyone gets food, no matter what, whether they can grow it or not. Not everybody has the ability or the environment to grow their own food. So in appreciation of that, and also getting people inspired to do more community gardens, whatever, all of those things, that's what this language of light is also about. It's about reminding all of us that there's a lot of stuff in the world we don't like. But the only way to change that is to focus on what you want. What do you want to see in the world? And that's what I want to see. I want to know that, everybody has whatever it is that they desire in any way that they desire it, without any judgment on how that is. But yet that they feel happy, joyful, loved, cared for, confident, sustained, fulfilled. Because everything is sacred. Absolutely everything is sacred. Everything. And when we begin to see it that way, we can begin to appreciate it that way, and then we begin to move into the worlds, the vibrational versions of the worlds that we want to be in. And I've lived in some, I lived in neighborhoods. I've lived in, apartments, city lots. We lived in, villages, I call them the cookie cutter villages, the gated community. And so we've run the gamut of all of the things, and sending out all of our lives the rockets of desire of what is it that we really want, and where do we want to be in the world, and what do we want to look at every day when we get up in the morning. What do we want to do every day? And, you know, we're pretty disappointed about, you know, about the quality of food here. Restaurants are closing left and right. So we keep hoping for, you know, better food, better restaurant choices. And yet the funny thing is, it still keeps me coming back to cooking my own food. And buying the best that we can. And same thing with Abby, and raw feeding her and giving her the, ooh, I think I just got bit by an ant. Ouch. Nature. But anyway, so focusing on the world that we do desire, focusing on what we want in the world, what we want for our fellow humans, whatever it is that they're going through. And I could go into that a lot deeper, but let's just keep it at everyone's needs are met in every way, whatever that means. I love this tree. Every morning, you guys, talk about elements and elementals. Every day I look at this tree and we have this conversation because I see the face every day. Sometimes it looks like a deer to me, a deer face. Every day I have a conversation with that tree. And even right now talking about it, you guys, I want to choke up in tears. How weird is that? And I love oracle cards and light languages and messages and all of those things. Yet it's all of this. Sacred sounds, sacred circuitry, sacred geometry, connecting with nature. This is what we're invited to do to raise our vibrations, to hang out with our galactic families. What kind of world do I want for our star families? You know, I don't want to get into it. I was going to say something about fast food. The world that Dave and I would like to see is a world where we can invite other species to a planet and a place where they feel safe and loved and cared for. And of course, they're not going to be here until we are there in that vibration. The version of that earth where we can sit and have a conversation with a tree and don't think it's weird, and don't think it's weird to talk about it. About what it means to meditate in nature and how that connects with you. And it's everything we already know innately. We just know. And Dave and I, we've been, you know, getting excited, as you know, about camping, and we started a little, you know, channel, a little YouTube channel about our little endeavors with that too. But it's all about connecting with nature. How can we more connect with nature in more and new, exciting ways? Whether it's visiting vortexes all over the country, or wherever that may take us. It's all about how can we spend more time in the vibration that we prefer, which are these sounds and even the sounds of the comforts of home. You know, the air conditioner's running and all of those things, and yet it also gives me a deep appreciation for having those things too. It's not about this or that, it's this and that. And that's okay. It is okay to want what you want. It's okay to want what you want. Do I want to live outside? Maybe not today. Maybe not ever. But I want to spend as much time living outside as I can. Did you have a nice conversation with that tree? Because, seriously, tell me that is not a face. An engagement. That is the language of light. That's the languages of lights. This is the languages of lights. You are the languages of lights. Your thoughts become things. What you want is where you be. What you believe is what you be and what you live. And I only say that from my own sacred practices, and I have all kinds of things every single day, belief systems that come up, and I get real and raw and angry and loud, and then I get to see the positive side of what do I really want? Why am I angry? Why am I feeling that? What belief is making that what's causing that anger? And a lot of times it's just because I can't control the things that and I think, well, we believe we can't. I go into that belief, be and live. I go into that belief moment that I don't get a say in my reality. And that's just simply not true. We create our own reality. That is when I woke up. Before I found Bashar, before I found channeling and light languages, that's how I woke up. I heard Seth's words, channeled by Jane Roberts, saying, you create your own reality. Something hit me in the heart, like the gut, like I got punched in the gut. And I said, what? How? I've never been told that before. It's always been somebody else's will, somebody else's this, that's the way it is, you can't change it, accept what you can't change, blah, blah, blah. Nuh-uh. Nope. We create our own reality by what we think. Our thoughts are our things, and every day I get to experience that just like you all. The things that I like, the things that I don't like, what do I want, how I want things better for my family and my children and the people that are sick or that are, I have all those things in my family too, and yet we're here to allow them to be sovereign beings and have their own experience and not try to change it. We're not here to change them. And I'm talking to myself too, and they're talking to me. I'm not here to change other people. And yes, I've said it to Dave. Yes, I admit it. You need to change to make me feel better. No. So, I love you guys. Whether or not you resonate with any of this is kind of really just the icing on the cake. It's the ability for me to share this, because these are my languages of lights. I am about self-empowerment and teaching. I'm teaching what I've learned about how we create our own reality, and how do we let go, and how do we illuminate ourselves, how do we change our vibration, how do we, and I don't believe there is such a thing as release, because there is no such thing as releasing anything. It's always going to be there. It's about redirecting our focus and knowing that it's going to be there, and all of it, the guilt, all of it, what I didn't do, what I should have, could have done, blah, blah, blah. I do it all the time. But I don't stay there, and though I may return, if I haven't finished my soul's lesson yet, I might return there. And yet I get to see the polarity, and I get to witness my own thoughts and witness my own polarity. And I get to see that I do get to create my own reality. I get to create the vibration I prefer. And you know what? Even saying it sometimes pisses me off. Because I think, oh, well, why am I not doing a better job? And blah, blah. So anyway, follow your highest joy and excitement, even if it means doing something crazy like sharing a silly video and just not wanting. That's okay. How can I change my words? I'm excited to know that someone else, I think what we want to do is connect with others, that someone else might connect with this experience and grow from it, and as I'm growing from it. But the goal is the sharing. The goal is the sharing. So thanks for sharing with me this day and all the days that you do. And It is my highest joy and excitement to express my love and my guidance and share these, help you find your voice, your light, the life that you dream about. I guess that sounds pretty cliche, but so yeah, you can always find my information below. I include a lot of things in my private sessions, including light languages, spiritual guidance, oracle cards, crystals, whatever happens, sacred symbols, personal symbols, whatever happens to come up for you in that moment. If there's any way that I can be of service to you, please do reach out. I love you with all of my hearts and all of my alls that ever was. Good day, divine beings. Mihaloko shimitea no maelava mara maike tavis maria alijono kadionama ate tadiona miata. And I love this right here. It always feels right here, this archway, this portal that these trees make, just feels magical to me. So thanks for sharing my magic with me. Love you. Mihalake.